big welcome to all the gamers, geeks, freaks, and fellow bearded enthusiasts with early onset arthritis. This is Donnatucci, your host of the BGPG YouTube channel, or otherwise known as Ham, on the notoriously famous Ham and Cheese Show. If you're not familiar with that show, I don't blame you, neither is the rest of the internet, so no worries. So today we're going to review some recent Iron Banner Destiny footage so that I can provide some analysis for those Destiny gamers looking to improve and to hopefully show you guys and gals what not to do, basically, i.e. everything that I do. So let's not waste any more time, no delays, let's jump right on in. And today's clip is of Pantheon Black Garden on Mars. And so again, like most Iron Banner games, everyone blitzes right on in. Kind of get into this gameplay here. So today in this clip, I'm rocking I guess Jade Rabbit and Wormwood. So Wormwood with arc damage, and like most people on this map, most gamers, it's split, and primarily, I mean, that's what the map does. It forces you to take the front side or the back side hallway. And today I'm playing with Aeon Aegis, and in typical fashion we watch a ton of gamers who flow all the way into the back alley, and as such it becomes pretty easy pickings when you have medium to long range weapons. So one of the things that I've noticed in a lot of these games, especially with Iron Banner game type being supremacy, you are, I shouldn't say penalized, but you are forced to not just engage from a distance. You are absolutely forced to get the kill, but also collect the, I guess, crest, as they call those little hexagonal objects. And you'll notice that because of that game, because this game type then forces either someone to collect, so someone to kill and someone else to collect. If there's no one there to do both of those things, then it's incumbent upon the gamer to do both of those items. It's best if you have players that can do both, depending on what your setup is. Okay, so anyway, back to the game play. You've seen a couple kind of positions that Aegis and I have been taking. Mostly have been a medium to long range. That back hallway becomes, as I mentioned, just, it's a killing field, especially when you get guys that try to charge. Now, just like you see it on the front hallway, that also then becomes an area where people love to snipe. However, you get a good, as you can see here, if you get a pretty good scout rifle that's got a decent amount of impact. Now the Jade Rabbit is just insane in terms of its impact, and if you can get the proper cadence of shots, it will decimate almost all of their guns. Now I will say Mida is a good counteract to the Jade Rabbit because of its speed and its stability, but for my money, it usually comes down to the Jade in terms of the constant impact. Now the nice thing about the Jade Rabbit, if you're watching this and you have an Xbox Live account, I apologize, because I do believe that the Jade Rabbit is a PSN exclusive. So for that, yeah, you're going to be missing out. But I do believe that there are some other Xbox maybe exclusives. It's been a while since I've been on my Xbox Live account. But again, a nice counterbalance or counter gun to the Jade Rabbit in terms of speed is either the Mida in terms of an exotic. Also, and I haven't played with it in a while, but the Shadow XL or the Shadow 7 something or other was a pretty good one in terms of just full-on speed. You could almost outshoot most of the shots. Now back to the Jade Rabbit. One of the nice things about the Jade Rabbit, and I'm sure you'll see a lot in a lot of my videos that I use it, is that if you can continue to get a nice cadence of headshots to chest shots, there's a nice perk on this gun that it will actually not use or utilize any of the ammo, and in most cases you'll won't have to, I guess, keep reloading back and forth. So one of the things that I noticed in this game in this game type, but specifically on this map. And there's a lot of maps that are similar to this in terms of its symmetry. Is that you'll find teams that, and you know, you can't. Not everyone rolls into Crucible or Iron Banner or any of those games with, you know, 6 guys. So oftentimes it's maybe you and a couple friends that are playing with, you know, a much larger group of random individuals. So one of the things you have to deal with is the lack of communication, if you're not in a private chat, but if you're in the formal game chat, not everyone uses headsets anymore. But one of the things that I've noticed is that a lot of these guys don't understand the spawn, where people spawn on these maps, and so they'll just continue to charge in left and right, without regard for the fact that if you push too far in. So again, these maps are symmetrical in many cases, but if you push too far up and don't give them space to spawn, then they will eventually spawn in many cases behind you, which then flips the map, as they'll call it. And you'll find a lot of the really good gamers will talk about not pressing too far, because then when you flip the map, you then can in some ways discombobulate whatever hold you may have on certain tactical areas of a map. Now, for some people who are more casual, you may say, wow, this is just far too detailed or far too deep of an analysis. But what it comes down to, if you're really trying to improve upon your game, it's not only understanding the maps, where the choke points are, where the high ground is, where the low ground is, and that's not necessarily a reference to Star Wars and Anakin and Obi-Wan, but really trying to utilize the parts of the map where you can create an advantage. And so by maintaining those spawn points, if you force them to continue to come at you from the same point over and over and over, you can totally control the pace of the game. You can control the flow of the game, which can frustrate your enemies. Really, well, piss them off. Let's put it that way. So anyway, you can kind of see that a couple times in this video that the people or the opposite team would spawn behind you, and that's just, again, just an indication that our team had pushed too far up. So oftentimes Aegis and I will just basically pick a corner and just post up for a while on it. Now a lot of people say, well, people have different play styles. There are people that will sit on their balls or sit on their butts and just kind of post up for a while. There are people who charge in all the time, and there's others that kind of fluctuate. They may charge in and they may pull back and they charge in, and so on and so forth. So depending on what type of game player or your game style, and also kind of what character, some of the characters like the Titan and stuff, while you can play them long distance, in some cases it's almost made to charge in, to just, you're a tank, that's your place or your role on the team in some cases. Hunters, I guess in Destiny are kind of the middle ground. They can do both. They can sit back, they can charge in. Anyway, so depending on that game style, depending on the map, kind of understanding what pace you're trying to push, watching the clock. Jeez, I just got freaking shoulder charge there. I didn't even see that guy. So you'll be able to kind of dictate what sort of style based on, again, weapons and all that stuff. So I know I'm probably regurgitating a lot of things that the more I guess mature or the Destiny players that have been around for a while, they're already aware of these things, or maybe it hasn't necessarily been articulated, but these are things that they know secondhand or firsthand. So anyway, for those that are trying to improve upon on their game play itself, these are things that, whether you realize it or not, matter in an ongoing game. The more you play, the more you understand this, or you should, if you're trying to improve upon your gameplay, you'll get the hang of these things. These things will become more and more, out in the open, you won't have to really think too hard. It'll just be more natural to approach the game itself.
One final push and victory is yours.
In this one in particular, this game type, I found that Wormwood really has been... Actually, I had a couple games that it wasn't really functioning the way I wanted it to, but in this game in particular, it worked handily to take down guys, even if you pop them once or twice. Even once with the Jade Rabbit, switch to Wormwood, you could drop people really quickly just because of the high impact of the Jade Rabbit. So this game is, I think, coming to a close here real quick. So again, some of the points that I just wanted to finish up with about, in particular, this game was the need for players to understand the maps, the symmetry, and sometimes the asymmetry of some of the maps, everything, the choke points, the weaponry, and in regards mostly to spawn points. And so if you push too far on one side, you throw off spawn points and can then throw off an entire game if the team's not coordinated enough. And last but not least, you saw on this particular footage here, I played a crap ton of, I already have played a ton of Warlock Solar, which I haven't typically in the past, but I found a few tweakings of the elemental or the class itself, the subclass, that has made it really fun. So I'll do another a post on that. I actually learned from a couple other people I actually watch on YouTube some of the tweaks that have kind of changed the game in terms of how to even control some of these maps really well with that Warlock Solar class. So until next time, this is Donnatucci, and I hope you guys learned something today, and I'll see you next time.